Hello, everybody, and welcome back to episode 3 of the Sunflounders Chronicles. I am Bro Hamilton, also known as Ken, joined with...
I'm Jester Dujour, or Jesse.
I like that.
What?
Your charisma there.
Thank you.
It was nice.
Uh-oh.
What?
Nothing.
Anyhow, how was
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. How was your Thanksgiving?
It was good.
It
was good. You know, it was as good as it could have been.
Happy belated Thanksgiving, by the way.
Yes, thank you as
I don't think I
well.
sent you a message.
I know that I did not send you a message.
Yep, checks out.
Yeah.
Anyhow.
Yeah.
The Black Friday. Did you do anything Black Friday?
I did not. Well, actually, no. I even lied to you earlier. It was not a Black Friday sale.
Okay.
But we, my wife, we got something or other else from Target, and just as we were walking through, I just happened to pick up an Azurite C trove.
Okay.
It wasn't on sale or anything like that. It was just like, I want one.
Well, we're here.
You know, while we're here, might as well.
Win in Target.
Exactly.
Sure.
So we picked that up. Nothing too special or anything from that.
No.
But, you know, it's fun opening packs anyways.
Oh, I absolutely love it. You know, it's like I always find an excuse to pick up a pack.
Mm-hmm.
You know? It's like, well, you know, we got these $30 steaks. What's another $5 gonna hurt?
Exactly.
You know, and who knows? Maybe you pull one of those Enchanteds and it pays for the shopping cart.
There you go.
You know,
that's in theory.
That's the my gambling addiction.
Right.
You know, but it is what it is, right?
Okay.
But
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, right. So, out of your trove, anything good?
Not particularly. I don't remember if there was any. I mean, I know there wasn't anything fantastic.
Sure. That
we found. I think actually, now that I say that, never mind, because I remember I did pull a second of the legendary Tiana.
Nice.
From this set.
That's a good pull.
Obviously. So
I'm a big fan of that card.
I've yet to have tested it at all. I've yet to have really seen it.
I haven't tested it either.
Mm-hmm. I like the idea of it.
I love the idea of it.
Mm-hmm.
I like the idea of if you have that on the field with the other Tiana,
right?
Then it's just like you
Good
can't.
luck challenging me.
Yeah, it's just challenging. You can't challenge and you can't play actions.
Right.
So I mean, like there has to be there. I mean, there doesn't have to be, but there could.
That other Tiana, I wasn't even following you. But you're talking the steel.
The steel one, yeah.
Yes.
Where it's if you have no cards in hand and it's exerted.
Yeah, they can't play actions.
They can't play actions.
Yeah.
And then the
it's
Amber.
It's a good card.
It is a good card. I think it's still played in some decks.
I'm sure.
But I mean, we're going through a really weird. We're going through a really weird part of set 6 right now, where people are just playtesting everything.
Right.
So, I mean,
right.
like
well,
you're
especially now we've had the big box store release.
Yes.
Obviously, since I was able to get it in Target.
Right. Yeah.
So now everything is legal.
Very true. That is also very
with
true.
set 6.
That is true. I mean, we have like a little bit of data to go off of because the Cross Continental championships are going on.
Mm-hmm.
That's going on. So I do believe that these people that are participating lock their deck lists in and they're not capable of changing them in the midst of it. So I don't think that they can alter their deck lists.
Right.
Which, I don't know. That may or may not be true. But as far as I know, they can't change things in their deck because deck lists are submitted.
I mean, that makes sense.
Right, because, I mean, it's a tournament kind of deal, you know? I am really glad to see that there are a lot of unique color pairings that are doing pretty well.
Oh, really?
Or at least a couple unique color pairings from what I've seen. Okay. I've seen an Amber Sapphire list that's doing pretty decent.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it turns out that, you know, if you're playing a steel deck and your opponent's playing warded characters, you can't target them.
Oh.
Did you know that?
Oh, well, I knew that. But that's only because I love Ward. It's the best out of all of the keywords that a card could have, in my opinion.
Right.
Ward is number one.
That's your favorite.
That's my favorite.
Ward is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Ward is very good. I like evasive.
Sure.
Not quite as good as Ward.
Sure. Well, it's a different style. You know.
Yes. Speaking of evasive,
mm-hmm.
the what is it? The 4-cost genie.
Oh yes.
That card is ridiculous. 4-drop an inkable.
Okay. And he's an amethyst.
Amethyst, yes, he's an amethyst. I should have specified.
You're good.
Quest for 2. So
okay.
2/4.
Mm-hmm.
And when you play him, you draw a card. And he's evasive.
Okay.
Card is bonkers.
Really?
Yeah, it just adds an aggro aspect onto the tempo part of it.
An aggro aspect onto the tempo part of it.
Right. So like tempo, you play the 4-drop, it replaces itself. It's evasive, and now it quests for 2 as well.
Okay.
So it's just really hard. It's a 2-quest character that's really hard to remove.
And it's you said it was a 2/4?
Yes.
Right? Okay.
Right. So you can still use your brawls and stuff on it.
Sure.
But
if you're playing Ruby.
Right. Who plays Ruby? Am I right?
Ruby. Nobody plays Ruby.
Ruby Schmooby.
Yes, exactly.
That's turned out to be a pretty good card.
Yeah.
Don't know if you knew that.
That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense that that'd be a good card.
Yeah. So, there's that one,
mm-hmm.
and what's the other card that is making a pretty big impact on the meta so far? I've seen a lot of local players playing with the 1/3 evasive Tinkerbell that's also in purple.
Oh, yes. Okay.
It seems to be
now I know which card you're
pretty
talking about.
decent card. To be able to go...
if it's got evasive... Again, evasive is pretty great.
It's
no ward, but it's pretty great.
Right. It's pretty... it's just hard to remove.
Right.
It's a little silly,
mm-hmm.
honestly. Just goes to show that those evasive characters can be quite the problem sometimes.
Yes.
But that's okay.
Yeah. There's especially, there's always some sort of counter.
Yes.
Out there.
Agreed.
You know what I mean? And especially, and you don't necessarily have to be playing Ruby to deal with evasive characters, because there's quite a few that are in Sapphire that during your turn, this character gains evasive, so you can challenge that way.
Right.
Or again, because they're just evasive, you can use your actions on them.
Correct.
You can target them.
Yeah, not those ward characters though.
No, you gotta just...
Those can be you
just gotta run into the wall.
Yes, those can be a bit of a booger sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Those are
just a little bit.
Those are your favorite cards.
Absolutely. But that's that Kit Cloud Kicker.
Yes. Good card.
Great card.
A 3/6 quest for 3, not too bad.
Yeah.
So the Cross Continental Championships have been going on. There was actually 3 matches this weekend.
Okay.
We had Lamb Chops versus DKP.
Okay.
We had Frank Karsten versus Kendall Burdett. Or No I'm Not.
Right, okay.
And then we had Zan Syed versus Moyan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And
how did those go?
NA have not been doing good this weekend. Not a good weekend for NA players.
Oh no.
Yeah.
But it's Thanksgiving.
I know.
This is
they
probably had too much turkey.
That's probably what it was.
That's what I bet happened.
They were in the food comas while they were playing. That's
right.
That's exactly what happened.
Yep.
As far as I know,
mm-hmm.
I'm not quite sure I'm not sure the deck that Frank Karsten's playing.
Okay.
But I do believe that Lamb Chops is playing Blue Steel. DKP, I believe, is playing Blue Red.
Okay.
And then Frank Karsten, I'm not sure what the deck he's playing.
Right.
I haven't really been able to watch any of his matches. But Kendall Burdett is on Ruby Amethyst.
Of course.
He is the Ruby Amethyst guy.
Hey, if you play it that well,
yeah,
play it.
Hey.
You know?
At that, yes, absolutely. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good deck.
It's a very good deck.
It's a good deck.
And he's a very good player.
Yeah, that is...
You know, like...
And if you put the two together...
Hey.
It happens. Zan Syed is on Emerald Steel.
Mm-hmm. Is he doing discard?
He has...
I thought he had been doing that before.
He does have a discard package in there.
Okay.
I don't know how well it's doing, though.
Okay. Because I say,
I
have not stayed caught up nearly as well as I should be.
I believe that he's 1-2 at this point.
Okay.
Going into this one, I believe he was 1-1.
Okay.
And then Moyen's playing Amethyst Steel.
Fun.
Yes. And it's actually... It's a good deck.
Uh-huh.
It's a good deck.
Uh-huh.
The whole thing with it is if you're playing against a steel deck and you know when to like time your repeat, you can take your opponent off of a whole turn.
Oh, it's great.
Because yeah, it's so silly. The fact that card is only an uncommon still baffles me because it's a very strong card.
Mm-hmm.
I would argue that it's probably the strongest strongest card out of the last set.
Okay. Nothing is immediately coming to mind to argue against it.
Right.
You know?
Let me know in the comments.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, drop a comment. What's the strongest card out of set 5? Prove him wrong.
Yeah, change my mind.
just prove him wrong. Prove him wrong. Get in the comments.
Yeah. And then so Moya was playing Amethyst Steel. I will say that the White Rose, I love that card.
Yes.
In my blue-purple list, I play 4 White Rose, 4 Goats. Because what's the great... Well, you know what? I love passive lore gain now.
And I say, I'm not even sure... And correct me if I'm wrong... Does that count as passive lore gain? I mean,
yeah, because you don't.
It's still active in the way that you have to play it.
Sure, but it's passive in the way of I pay 3 ink for a character, I gain a lore.
Okay, fair enough.
So I mean, like,
right.
I don't have to do anything special to gain the lore.
Sure.
Like, I guess that's what I would classify as passive lore gain.
Okay. That makes sense.
Sure.
Because I was thinking mostly, like, you say passive lore, my mind is thinking...
Like Queen's Castle.
Specifically locations.
But, yeah, really good deck, really good cards. And I seen Moyen's deck list earlier today when it was posted with the link to the stream or whatever.
Okay.
And
well, no, this is a previous stream, right?
It happened.
Yeah, because it's not the same link for every match, is it?
No.
Okay.
No, there's different people that are streaming it and
fair enough
to commentate.
I was saying because it's kind of at least my understanding, it's sort of a community thing. It's not exactly put on by like one organization.
Correct. That's people signed up to commentate games or whatever. And,
that's neat.
Yeah, so it's one of those. So they're streaming certain things or whatever, certain games and whatnots.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that's that. We do have Continentals coming up. I believe Continentals will be...
Isn't it this coming?
I think it's... Yeah, I do believe that it's the 6th through the 8th.
6th through the 8th?
I do believe so, which is pretty exciting. I'm excited to see what the Europeans cook up and show up with, you know?
I'm very excited to see that hyper aggro deck win it all.
Yeah, you think it is, huh?
We locked it in episode 0.
We did,
and I'm sticking with it.
Hey, I'm still in the terms of blue steel. I think somebody is going to figure out blue steel. Mm-hmm. Blue steel is not in a very good spot right now.
No?
Nope.
But what about all those microbots?
I think I'm the only one with that plan.
Hey, you know?
Hey, which is fun.
As long as you believe in it.
I believe in it. I believe in it so much that I now have 9 foil microbots.
Well.
Yes.
I mean, to be fair, they should be shiny.
Absolutely. Shining bright like a diamond. I did take microbots with me to a league night.
Oh yeah?
I haven't put together. How'd it go? I OTK'd 2 people.
Okay.
Which was a lot of fun.
That sounds like fun.
I told the store owner Danny, the store helper Danny. I told him that the deck I was building. Mm-hmm. And he seen me playing it, and he was like, "What in the world is going on over there?" And I was like, "I'm winning."
Yeah, that's all that matters.
And that's all that matters, and it was great. I had a good time.
There you go. That's really all that matters. I know I said that's all that matters when it's about you winning, but really much more so is you having a good time.
Right, and that's I think that is one of the most important things about the game. Is you have to find a deck that you like to enjoy, or you enjoy playing. If you don't play, if you're playing a deck that you don't enjoy playing, you're not gonna have fun. Well, you're just not gonna have fun.
Yeah.
You know, I think it was a couple set champs ago. I was playing blue red as I always do, and this was in the time of the deck it doesn't auto lose, but it loses. It has a very unfavorable matchup to Ruby Amethyst.
Right.
Well, when I was playing...
To be fair, though, a lot of decks have a very unfavorable matchup against Ruby Amethyst.
R.I.P. Bucky.
Gone but not forgotten.
Gone but not forgotten. He's up there with Peanut. But it was one of those things that the matchup was so unfavorable. Mm-hmm. And the room was 70% Ruby Amethyst.
Yeah.
And my first 2 matches were Ruby Amethyst. I lost in game 3 both times. And by the end of that, I was just done playing, you know?
Right.
Like, I didn't... It's not necessarily that, like, I lost so I was done. I was just done mentally. Like, I was not in a good headspace after that. I had nothing kind to say.
That is a very, very key component of it, is gotta keep that positive mental attitude.
You got to. Because I had nothing kind to say.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. And it was no fault of anybody else's, you know?
Right.
It was just, I should have played something different. But that's the way that it goes sometimes when you're playing in competitive events. You pick a deck, you show up, and you either do really well, you do okay, or you just don't perform.
Yes.
Such is the way it is.
Such is life.
Such is life. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Emerald Amethyst. That's another one. That's really hot right now.
Yes, I need to look more into it.
It's pretty good.
Because my Emerald Amethyst deck is not very good the way it exists right now.
Well, Rome wasn't built in a day.
It wasn't?
I don't think so. That's what they told me in school.
Okay. Fair enough.
The Go-Go Tamagos are really good.
Mm-hmm.
That is one of the best cards of this set, I think.
Okay.
So after watching testing and watching people play, I would say the top 2 cards of the set right now, in my humble opinion, are Go-Go Tamago and Sail the Azurite Sea.
That Sail the Azurite Sea is a very good card.
It's a very good card. It's quite silly, to be honest.
Yes.
Like, It's a TPO and a draw card all in one. Very good card.
Sorry, and I don't know. You're much more plugged in online as far as other people building decks and whatnot.
Okay.
Because... Oh, never mind. I was about to go down a hypothetical road, but then I remembered that Sell the Azurite Sea is just an action. It
Correct.
is not a song.
It is not.
So you couldn't hypothetically build an Emerald Sapphire and double sing it, because you can't sing it at all.
That would be silly.
That would be very silly.
I'm here for it.
Right?
All right, Ravensburg.
Yep.
Let's make it a song.
Yeah, why not? Let's just... Original songs to Lorcana.
Absolutely.
Sail the Azurite Sea.
Do. There you go.
Another card for me.
I like it.
Yeah, something. I don't know.
I like it.
They have people that are better than that than I am.
I think you're hired.
I'm sorry?
I think you're hired.
Oh, well, there we go.
Nailed it.
I start tomorrow.
Sure.
Yeah.
Get in contact
Done.
with them. Send them an email. Just show up. Just show up and be like, hey, I'm here for my day one.
Yeah. No. I was told that I would start here.
I was told I was hired.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, do you have
Yes.
any cards? What are your top 2 cards?
My top 2 cards for Azurite Sea. Oh, goodness. How do I narrow it down to just 2?
Okay, we can do 3.
Okay, so we'll just start with
how many
what's
cards
coming to mind.
How many cards are in a set?
204.
Okay, so what's your top 204?
My top 204 cards in order.
In order, or do you need the binder? I'll give you the binder.
No. I can do this off the dome. Don't worry.
I'd be impressed.
So would I. Listen, if I could,
yeah,
I would be starting tomorrow.
Absolutely.
No, the number one card, at least, that I have played with, and again, I have not taken the opportunity to get as deep into this set as I'd like.
Sure.
But the number one card still, to me, that still stands out is that Fred.
Yeah.
He's a 1-drop. He's great. 1/1 quests for 1, but if you challenge him, or if he's challenged, you gain 2 lore.
Is it challenged, or if he's banished?
I believe it is challenged,
Okay.
because I've seen a lot of cannons be fired my way off of it.
Oh, you are the one playing the Freds.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'd imagine I don't want to see him across the table from me.
Yeah. I don't think that he's that... I think he's actually pretty good, too.
Right. You know, and
You're using
it's a fun little wrinkle to immediately throw out.
You imagine, like, you play your Fred, and your opponent fires the cannons and then you just follow it up with the Diablo, and they're like,
oh. It's great.
I wish I had that fire the cannons.
and that's honestly, that's one of the great things about Fred.
Right.
Is that you can use him to draw out the cannons.
Right.
The main, really the only deck that I've been playing a lot of, aside from, I've got an Amber Ruby Pirates deck.
I've seen it. I love it.
That I already took apart.
Oh.
I took apart the other day. I'm rebuilding it. I am going to be trying out that Ruby Emerald, doing a Christmas Pirates deck.
Nice.
You know, it's time. I think there's some gold there. But I've been playing that Amethyst Emerald deck with Fred.
Sure.
He draws out cannons.
Mm-hmm.
So then, immediately there, turn 2, if I've got another Fred, I can drop him. Or, drop maybe 2 of those Amethyst Mad Hatters.
Oh.
That every time he's questing, we're just sending somebody to the discard pile.
We're just discarding stuff.
Good job using your cannons.
Yeah, right. Yeah, absolutely.
Well done.
Oh man, I forget about those Mad Hatters. I need to do something with those.
They're fun.
I believe it. I very much believe it. Did you do the Merlin's Cottage thing?
Not yet.
Not yet.
It's
on the list.
I need to build.
It's on the
list.
I
might hopefully build in time for League this week.
Sure.
Build up a Blurple deck.
Ooh.
That's got that Merlin's Cottage Merlin's Cottage, Mad Hatter's Teapot, Mad Hatter,
I like
all
it.
that.
I like it. Oh, man. Very long weekend. Yeah, that actually sounds really fun.
Right?
That's a Fred. I forgot about Fred.
Yeah. Everybody does.
Yeah.
Until he's out there. And then,
like,
oh no!
Excuse me?
Yeah.
So so that was your number 1 card.
That's my number 1 card.
All right, number 2?
Number 2.
Have you played with Go-Go Tamago yet?
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Like with a starter deck.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Actually, no, never mind. I don't think I've actually played with a starter deck now that I think about it.
Uh-oh.
Because we did that Sealed event instead.
We did, and that was a lot of fun.
I think I've played with her once or twice.
Yeah.
I definitely need to get more play.
Sure, I actually do too. But anyways, back to your number 2. I don't mean to keep.
No, you're good. The number 2, we're just going to. I mean, it would probably honestly be that 1-drop Mad Hatter, but since we already talked about him, since I already cheated him through into the conversation, we're gonna go crazy with it.
Uh-huh.
I like Gantu.
The 4-drop.
The 4-drop Quest for 4.
Isn't he like a
Gantu.
5/4?
Something like that.
Is he either a 5/4 or a 4/5?
He's a big guy.
He's a very big guy.
He's a big guy.
He quests
for 4.
For 4.
So
he's
if you've got a Grand Councilwoman or 2 out there,
yes,
he quests for more.
Moyan was playing Gantu in his Amethyst Steel list.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I believe it.
So you go, yeah. There's just certain spots you time the Gantu, and you try to pair it up with the Pete.
Oh yeah,
it's like, hey, here's the Gantu, and now you can't.
Now you can't do nothing with it. Nothing to it.
It was silly.
I'm sure.
My wife is very big on the Amethyst Steel right now. It's her favorite color pairing, and she's so happy that it's finally like pushing.
You're really having
it's like
moment.
It's actually like put on a competitive scale. I think that every color combination is very close to being good enough to where it comes down to a skill-based game now. There's no complete, like, awful matchups.
Has there been, and I'm sure there's one that I can't think of. Has there been a big, like, the main combo that I'm thinking of is Amber and Emerald. Has there been a good...
Yeah.
I guess there was that Sing Together deck.
Well, Amber Emerald took top 16 in Seattle, I believe.
Oh, really? Okay.
It was either in Seattle or Vegas.
Okay.
But it top 16'd in one of those two.
Fair enough.
So, to answer your question, long story short, yes.
Fair enough. So there's something there.
I think the biggest one we haven't seen do well on a DLC level is, or any level really, is the blue-green deck.
Okay.
But I know that there are people right now that are cooking with it.
Yeah.
Cooking with it. Because you got Sail the Azurite Sea was very huge for a lot of decks now.
Yes.
And if you're playing Sapphire and you're doing the extra ramp thing and you're playing and you have access to playing Basil too. That's silly.
Well, and just thinking about it. Actually, yeah, with the Sapphire Emerald deck, you've got... So Emerald, I mean, famously has a bunch of when this character is challenged.
Right.
Which obviously the standard answer to that is, okay, cool. Let's play some actions and target them.
Right.
Sapphire's got that ward.
Yeah, it does have ward.
Oh man, I know there's my favorite item card in Sapphire.
The sardine can?
Sardine can.
You like that one?
It'll find a home eventually.
Maybe.
It won't, but it will for me.
But maybe.
Yeah. You never say never.
Exactly. That's the thing.
Right.
Because a lot of people like
You've
more
got...
straight towards the characters, but characters can be removed.
Exactly.
The sardine can't stay forever.
Well, I mean, there is item removal, but...
Yeah. Are you going to use it on a sardine can?
So here's the thing. There's item removal, but also, like, Sapphire has... it's got that... The whichever Aurora gives items ward.
Yes, that's the... I believe that's the one where you can exert an item to look at the top card of your library or deck and put it on the top or the bottom.
We might be talking about two different cards. Because I thought that... Because there's the one from set 1.
Uh-huh.
There's the Aurora from set 1 that gives other characters ward.
Correct.
Which was great. One of my favorite cards from the very beginning. There is an Aurora from, I think, set 4, maybe?
Right.
That gives items ward.
Yes. But it has a second part of the clause.
Okay.
I believe it has a clause on there that says you can exert an item to look at the top card of your library and put it on the top or the bottom.
Well, that would be great with Sardine Can.
Right.
Because its ability is passive.
Right.
You don't ever exert Sardine Can.
Correct.
So...
But...
That would be bad.
It might be something... So... One of my big things is I'm working on a green-blue item list.
Okay.
With Oswald.
Okay.
And Hypnotic Deduction.
Hypnotic Deduction, that is draw 3, put 2 back?
Yep.
Okay.
Because you can then draw 3 cards and put your lucky dimes on the top and then ink for turn. So
there you are.
So you're just kind of stacking your deck. You're purposely, you're stacking your deck for your Oswald triggers.
Yes.
Because you don't want Oswald to miss.
Right. That always feels bad.
It
From
does.
what I've seen. I have not played with him, but...
It does. There's a local player that's playing blue steel items, and he's whiffed a couple times off of the Oswald. Yeah. Good for me.
Right, no, it feels great on this side of the table.
Not so good for the Oswald.
No, player. Not at all.
So that's something. So yeah, needless to say, I do believe that we're getting to a point in the game to where everything has a viable feel to it,
which is great.
It is very good, and so now it just comes down to skill base, kind of. You know what I mean?
Which is not great for me.
No, it's great for you. You're a good player.
Thanks.
The moment I say you're a bad player is the moment that I have to admit that I got beat by a bad player at set champs.
Oh, no. Okay, that's what's going on. Okay.
You're a good player.
Thanks. Hey, so are you.
Hey, thanks.
Yeah.
You're just better.
Well, I was better that once.
I think that's actually the first time that we actually played each other in a competitive setting.
That sounds right. Almost always we're only playing at leagues.
Right.
You know.
And most of the time when we're playing at leagues, it's more social.
Very much so.
And we're just there for a good time at that point.
Exactly.
So I mean that's good. So we got the Europe Continentals next weekend. Next month we have.
This month.
Yes.
We're in December.
For some reason, I'm still living in the past.
Yeah, you know.
We have the LCQs.
The future is now, old man.
Yeah. Oh, next month. I mean, January is when we have.
Oh, it is January.
Our LCQs.
I was wrong.
Thank goodness.
Oops.
Oh man.
It's definitely good that, like, you know, I played it super, like, low-key and chill, and did not, like, you know, try to make fun of you for living in the past, when turns out I was wrong. That would look really bad if it turned around that I was wrong.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. It's alright. I promise you...
You got me really good.
I promise you, I will not learn from this.
Which is absolutely fine.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Yep.
So January we have North America LCQs and North America Continentals.
Yes.
That's gonna be fun. And
Very exciting.
we actually just got our LCQ information last week, I believe. Tickets for that went on sale on Friday. Mm-hmm. I got one.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So you're going.
Yeah. So it's a single elimination tournament.
Uh-huh. I believe in you.
I'm anxious already.
Are you going to take microbots?
Yeah. I'm just kidding. I'm not doing that.
Okay, good.
Whew. I am not. No, microbots are going to have to take a backseat for a little bit.
Yeah, they need a little bit more figuring out.
I think I got 3 different decks that I want to test a lot.
Okay.
Obviously Blurple.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it has a very strong chance. I don't know if it's going to be good enough, though.
Right.
Second one is Blue-Red.
Okay.
Because it's the deck that I have the most reps with and I'm comfortable with.
Sure.
And then my third one is Emerald Amethyst.
Okay.
Those are the 3 decks that I have at the front. I will be playing one of those 3 decks.
Right.
At the
unless
LCQ.
Like something entirely different just blows you out the water.
Yes, unless Europe shows me.
Right.
Unless Europe can enlighten me with their ways.
Yes.
This coming weekend.
Yes.
So I will wait to see what they cook up, and then I'll go from there.
And it is North America Champs, North America LCQ. It's in January.
It is in January. I do believe it's like the 8th through the 9th or something.
That's what I was about to ask. Is it like the first weekend of January?
Not the first weekend. It looks like it's going to be the second weekend.
Second weekend. Okay.
Right. So
we're talking like the 10th through the 12th?
Yes.
Okay.
So that is, it should be a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. We've seen I believe that they go off of the same price structure as EU.
Okay.
So that's good.
Yes, and we went over the European last chance qualifiers and almost said set champs, but Continentals.
Yes,
we went over that a little bit more in depth last episode. Right. So if you're brand new to us, first off, hit that like, hit that subscribe, ring the bell. But go back to episode 2. We go a little bit more in depth,
right,
into sort of that prize structure and all of that.
Right.
Just wanted to make
clear
that out.
Yes, absolutely, that's good.
Because we're not looking at that information right now.
We are.
So I definitely don't remember enough to speak informatively about it.
Right. I mean, it makes sense. And I mean, like, we don't need to keep going over the price support.
Exactly.
You know, it's out there. You can find it.
Yeah.
It's not. It might be hard. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
probably not.
But it's not. It's not difficult if you go back and watch our previous video.
There we go.
All problem solved.
That's definitely out there.
Right. I do want to take a quick moment and shout out TCG Player. Use the affiliate link if you are looking for any sort of singles from the new set. Everything bought off of there. We get a small kickback. It goes back into the stream, goes back into the podcast, and yeah, to help support the channel. Yeah,
everything goes back to the channel. But yeah, using that TCG player, and there's a code, I believe, as well as a link, or am I incorrect?
I don't think there's a code. A code would be cool.
But it's just a link.
It is just.
It's the link. It'll be in the description here.
Yes.
But yeah, use that to go buy.
Go buy
go buy some foil microbots.
Go buy your bling.
That's right.
Go buy your blings.
That's right.
But yeah, so back to
North America Continentals.
Right.
It's January 10th through the 12th.
Right.
You're gonna be there.
I'm gonna be there.
You're gonna win.
Raquel's gonna be there.
Hey.
Hopefully we're not in the same pod.
That would be unfortunate. Okay, so she got a ticket as well.
Yes.
Perfect.
So, we even made the joke yesterday of like it would be some crap if we got round one pair.
Round one, the two of you.
Yeah. And be like, Well, this was short-lived.
But at the very least, then you could go have a crepe.
I could go have but we're in LA. I might go get some good seafood somewhere.
Where?
Isn't LA on the coast?
Oh, sure, I guess.
Is it? I don't know. Or is it San Diego? I don't know.
I am not good at geography.
I'm not good at geometry either.
We are 3 episodes in. We can't be this. I apologize. But yeah, so...
I know that they have good tacos. Maybe I'll go get a good
Fair enough.
I'll go get some good tacos.
Fair enough. Actually, yeah, I bet there's some real good food there.
Only one way to find out.
That's true.
You gotta go.
You gotta tell me.
No, you gotta go.
Oh, I thought the one way was you finding out, and then my one way was you telling me.
I mean, I'll tell you regardless.
Oh, I'm sure.
But it would be better to experience it in person.
Well, maybe another time.
Next year.
Sure. We'll see. Tentative.
Yeah, so that's gonna be a lot of fun. It's It's gonna be really like I said, it's just gonna be interesting to see what people actually bring to it. We know kind of what people are tinkering with.
Right.
But it'll be cool to see solidified lists.
And also especially North America, yeah, it's a month away.
Right.
A lot could change in a month.
A lot can change.
There could be something out there that we don't know of.
A hidden gem, you would say.
That's right.
A diamond in the rough, per se.
Ooh, that's a good expression.
That's a good play on words, huh?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
It took me
you're
all
welcome.
I've been trying to think of something to use, for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Glad it finally found its place.
Yeah, and that's an original expression that you created.
Yeah.
Okay.
No one else.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's funny. What else has happened?
So we've got that looking forward to. We've got back to this month.
Yes.
Back to December, near the end of this month. We've got the Kansas City tournament.
We do have the Kansas City, the Kansas City 1K. Yep,
mm-hmm.
That is. Do believe the
29th.
Yes.
Yes.
I believe so.
The last
let me check
Sunday of the year.
Let me check the old calendar. Yep. The 29th, we do have the Kansas City 1K.
And that'll be exciting.
I'm pretty stoked for it. I am very excited for just competitive play.
Yes.
Like I like
I'm very excited to watch competitive play.
Sure. You will be there commentating. Right?
Yeah.
You're commentating, right?
Sure.
Didn't we?
I'll do what I can. Yes. I will be there.
Oh, you will be there.
I will be there. Sorry.
You started.
Yes.
You started.
I will be there, and officially, yes, I will be there commentating.
Nice with Raquel, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
I believe that's our plan.
The dynamic duo.
That's right. We're back.
We're back. We're back, baby. That's great. So then, let's talk something not specifically Lorcana related.
Okay.
But you did mention that you went to go see a specific movie this weekend.
I did go watch a specific movie this weekend. Very specifically, sorry, specific got me thrown off. But no, we went, my wife and I, we went and watched Moana 2 this weekend. Actually, just earlier today.
Nice.
We went and watched that.
Sure.
And it's enjoyable. It's a good time.
Sure.
It is. It's very hard for me to really judge a Disney movie.
Right.
Because they exist within the context of all the other Disney movies.
Mm-hmm.
And Moana, I have seen a lot.
Sure.
I've seen it a lot of times. I am very fond of that movie.
Right.
So the first time that I'll watch a new one, it's almost just kind of trying to take it in,
Mm-hmm.
knowing that, you know, there's no way I'm going to immediately love it as much as the movies that came before it.
Right.
But you just gotta try and keep open as possible.
Right.
It's all right. It's
Yeah.
not bad. I'll more than likely be watching it again at some point. You know,
Mm-hmm.
there's some good songs to it.
Yeah.
It's a fun time. I don't know. The more I'm talking about it, the more I'm selling myself on it.
Sure.
Which was not originally what I meant to do, but you know, listen. Moana and Maui and like Hey Hey are my friends.
Yeah.
And I got to spend more time with them today. You know,
I like it. So, I have not seen it yet.
Okay.
Is there anything from the movie that you would like to see brought into the game?
Oh yes.
Do you want to...
So it's not...
Do you want to tell me about it?
Sure. I mean, it's not really like a spoiler or anything like that.
Sure.
There are a couple of new characters.
Okay.
That are in the new movie.
Okay.
Not all of our old friends are back.
Uh-oh.
You know, not to spoil anything, but a certain maybe crab that we know and love from the original movie is not back.
Was the crab our friend?
I mean, we like the crab, like in the context of Lorcana, but definitely Tamatoa was not a friend in the movie.
Okay.
You know, sorry, I was being a little facetious there.
You were. I was still trying to figure out what crab you were talking about.
Oh yeah, Tommy T.
Tommy T.
Everybody loves Tamatoa.
Tommy T, the boy with the bling.
But there's a character, and I really wish that I could remember the character's name. Now. But unfortunately, I do not. So.
Is she a bad guy?
Well, that's the thing.
We don't know. Tomato.
She's kind of a little bit of both.
Yeah.
I believe the intention is that she is supposed to be more or less a good guy.
Okay.
But like with sort of, you know,
malicious intent.
Not necessarily malicious intent, malicious framing. Like, you know, like,
okay.
Hey, just because somebody's on the side of the good guys doesn't mean they're great.
Right.
You know? But no, for those that have seen, you'll know what I'm talking about when I say the Bat Lady.
The Bat Lady.
The Bat Lady.
Yeah? You want to see her in the card game?
I really want to see her in the card game.
Yeah? Okay.
I think it was really cool.
New favorite character?
I'm not going to say favorite character, but like, definitely a highlight of the movie.
Okay.
For me was this new character.
Sure.
That is sort of like Maui or like Tafiti in the original. Like there are gods walking around.
She a god?
She is seemingly a god. One of these gods.
Okay. That's cool.
She looks human, but definitely either comprised of bats but just like summons a bunch of bats. It's great. But like it's animation, so I'm not sure on all the rules. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But it was very interesting. Like watching Moana 2, and suddenly there's like this sort of vampire lady where bats are coming off of her. Like,
I like it.
It's interesting. Yeah, it's different.
Ooh, maybe she'll be the next character that says you can have as many bats in your deck as you want.
So that's where actually I was hoping to lead to. As soon as you started talking about Moana 2, actually, no joke, it took me out of the movie today.
Yeah.
Watching the movie today, and I was just like, oh, could this be a card? Could that be a card?
Nice.
Could this be a card? So, you obviously have more experience with Magic the Gathering.
Sure.
Definitely more so than I do.
Right.
Can you explain to me a concept that I know is in Magic?
Yes.
I believe.
I probably got you.
Can you explain tokens to me?
Tokens. So yes, there are certain characters when on play where you create like an XX token, right?
Okay.
And the token is just a card that you keep on the side.
Mm-hmm.
It's not part of the game until you play the character.
Okay.
So then you grab the character from your deck, or the token from your deck box, and you put it into play.
Okay.
So let's say that they were to implement tokens.
Because you see where I'm going with this.
Yes. So if you play a character and it says like, we don't have an example in Lorcana yet.
Right.
But if there were, it would say something along the lines of like, when you play this character, create a 1/1 character that quests for 1.
Okay.
So then you would reach into your deck box and pull out your token card and put it into play.
Okay.
So let's say it costs 2 ink, right?
Right.
So you exert your 2 ink, you play your character, and it creates another character.
Okay.
So essentially you paid 2 ink for 2 different characters.
Right.
Now when the token gets banished, it doesn't go to your discard, it would go back
back to the side.
Right.
Which makes sense, because
Yes.
otherwise you're having to like search through your deck.
Right.
You know, all of that. That makes a lot of sense.
Sure. So that's that in Magic, that is the aspect of playing token cards.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So that's definitely that's why I'm interested in seeing this character whose name again I wish I could remember.
Whose name eludes you.
Yes, whose very name is evasive.
That's funny.
But no, I hope to see her or some other character in the future to maybe implement something like that. It would be just an interesting little side thing that, again, you know, it's like locations. It doesn't have to be in every deck.
Right.
But it's something that could add an extra wrinkle.
Is it Matangi?
That sounds correct. Yes.
I got...
You looked up Moana Bat Lady?
I did.
Yeah.
Matang. It's like Matangi.
NGI?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matangi? Matangi?
Yes. One of those.
Yeah.
Or maybe a third secret pronunciation. Get in the comments.
Yeah,
Tell me how to pronounce the Bat Lady's name.
Use hyphens and everything. So
yes. I need the full phonetic spelling.
There you go.
Yes.
The enunciation breakdown.
Exactly.
Yeah, it sounds like I still need to go see it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no, you should. Take the kids.
I would love to take my kids. I hope that if I take my kids, they'll sit still.
Hopefully. I mean, it's pretty kid friendly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sure. I mean,
there's a lot of colors. There's a lot of energy.
Right. They love the first one.
There you go.
So I mean, like, it might be a good reason to go to the movies.
Yeah.
Support your local AMC theaters.
Well, I mean, I don't, but
oh.
No.
You're one of those guys.
Yes. My family, we go to Regal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, not as bad as I thought.
It's like 5 minutes from our home.
Sure.
So
I think
makes it very easy.
Regal's fine.
Yeah.
Regal's fine. Movie theaters are fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So So Moana 2. Speaking of Moana 2.
Yes.
How are you gonna get one of those promos?
I'm sorry?
Are you gonna get one of the promos?
You know, maybe next time.
Maybe next time. Maybe if they ever make their way to North America.
Maybe if they did promos here, that'd be pretty neat.
That would be pretty cool. I hope you're listening, guys.
Hey, if you're listening, that'd be cool.
If you're listening, we would really like promos for cool movies.
Yeah. 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 I wish. Okay. I wish that they had everything set up to go with the last Disney movie, because it seems like that would have been the perfect time to really kick it off.
What was the last Disney movie?
The last one was Wish. Exactly. And I think that's why they didn't do any promos or tie-ins with it.
What was that movie? Did you see it?
It was...
Did you go see it?
I actually didn't. I actually did not, even myself. It was on my list.
Yeah.
Listen, I go and watch a lot of movies.
I know you are quite the movie fan.
I go and watch a lot of movies. I just did not have or take the time for that one.
Sure.
While it was on screens.
That makes sense. I mean, you can't watch them all.
No.
Like,
I say as someone that deeply loves like movies.
Yeah.
There's too many of them.
Sure. You gotta be able to pick and choose which ones you want to go see.
Exactly.
But Wish.
Wish was the movie.
Is that on Disney Plus?
Yes, it should be on there.
I'll go watch it.
Yeah.
We still need to watch Black Cauldron.
We'll go watch it. We're going to watch Black Cauldron.
Yes.
Before whichever set next year has cards with it.
We won't know for certain.
Right.
Which is why we should make it a point to schedule something here soon.
Yes, I agree.
Let's
you're hearing it now. It is guaranteed that we will watch the Black Cauldron soon.
Here, let me pull up my calendar.
Let's take a look at the calendar. We can do this not on mic, actually.
You don't want to schedule
It'll take a minute
for
us to go through different calendars.
Okay.
And probably both of us should check with our significant others as far as our actual calendars. So that way we don't go setting up a plan and then turns out there were other plans already in motion.
It's alright. Then we'll just cancel our other plans.
Oh, well, there you go. Sorry, Grandma, I can't make it to Christmas.
Yeah, that's completely fine. But we do need to see Black Cauldron before the before that set drops.
Yes. We did not talk about. We have not talked about it because it came out. I believe it came out in between our last recording session. But the cards and mats for this set champs were finally released.
The Scar?
Aren't they? The Scar? Or did we talk about that before? Just for set champs, like for local set champs.
Oh, yeah, the set champs. Yeah, that's the 5-drop Scar.
Mm-hmm. It looks real pretty.
It does. The artwork is so good.
Yeah, I want one.
I
want a couple.
I want the mat. I think that if I were to win the mat,
I would like the mat.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna. You know.
I'll win you one.
My hero.
I'll win you one. No, I do. I really like the mat. Mm-hmm. I think that the mat it's very nice. It's sharp.
Yeah.
It looks sharp.
Yeah.
And
I mean, to be fair, and it's one of the things that I very much appreciate about this game. All of the artwork. Yeah. It always looks good.
It does.
You know?
I can't express to you how big of these Enchanteds I am.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I love them.
Yes.
Like, I think that out of all of the Enchanteds, I think that these ones are probably my favorite.
This set? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. These ones, the last set wasn't awful, you know? But
right.
I like the... It just looks way different, you know? Kind of like...
There's a certain amount of character to them.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, it's like parchment. It looks like parchment paper.
Right.
You know?
Or like a moleskin.
Yeah.
You know?
I love that.
Yeah.
You know, it look really good. I'm very pleased with how the artists keep coming up with ways to just best what they've already done.
Yes.
It's so awesome.
Yes, it's very clear they keep striving for, you know, what more can we do?
Right.
You know, and it's great.
Yeah, I completely agree with that.
We're both coming off of, you know, long holiday weekends.
Right. It has been a long holiday weekend. We didn't really have a lot of prep time. We just wanted to get something out there.
Right.
And I think that we did a pretty good job of that.
Yeah. So. If you disagree, if you've made it this far and you disagree, you think that we've done a bad job, please get in the comments and let us know.
Send some feedback.
Yes.
Ring the bell.
Ring that bell. Smash that like button.
Smash the like.
Ring the bell.
Subscribe. Like, comment, subscribe. Those are my favorite 3 things.
Yes.
So, but
yeah.
Until next time.
Yeah. Until next time, I've been Jesse, or Jester Dujour.
I have been Ken, or Bro Hamilton.
And this has been the Sunflounder Chronicles.
Episode Tree.